Hi, it's your PsychoBuddy. Sometimes consciousness stings. Waking up feels like the time I accidentally tried to pee on a cactus. Got it all. Got a bunch of little stickers. Hurts like fuck. Sometimes. Coming out of a dream into being awake and being like, life. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna get out of bed. I don't know how I'm gonna do life today. And the pain is so pervasive and omnipresent that you have to take an inventory to see, is this my body or is this my mind? Because it's just pain. And when that goes on for a long time, that's when suicidality can become very logical, or feel very logical, where at the very, very darkest, it can be like anything I do to make it more likely that I will wake up tomorrow is an act of self harm. Anything I do for the survival of my body is an act of self harm because it prolongs the agony of my mind and of my spirit. And at that point, the only loving action for self care is ending consciousness. Apparently, suicide has one of two effects on the survivors. It can either make it more likely that they'll consider suicide as a solution to their own problem. So, as a disease, suicide is considered highly contagious for that reason. The other thing that it can do is inoculate the survivors against ever doing that because of how incredibly much it hurts. I don't want to say that I'm fortunate because I lost two of my best friends, my best childhood friend. His name was Travis. He was amazing. And he killed himself with great finality and threw me into a terrible depression where I cried every night because trying to go to sleep, I would just see the image of him faceless. And it hurt terribly, terribly, because how it feels to be the survivor of someone who commits suicide, in case you're considering committing suicide, how it feels to survive is like the person said, fuck you. And I know, I'm very torn. You can even see how torn I am now because it's like, on one side, I know that Travis was in such terrible pain that killing himself was the only thing that made sense. And then on the other side, he murdered my best friend. So one side of me is like really empathizing with the pain he's been through and like really feeling for him and really sad and sorry. And the other side is like, what the fuck? You killed my best friend. And then there's the guilt, like what if I had reached out in those last weeks? If we had made contact, maybe something could have been different. And there's the, how did I let our relationship drift away enough that I didn't talk to him in that incredible time of need? It's like someone said that surviving committing suicide is like detonating a hand grenade in the middle of a room packed full of everyone you love the most. And I don't mean to guilt you out if you're on the edge. It's not what I'm saying this for. But it's just that as a survivor of someone else's suicide myself, it's true. You know, in a way, I'm glad his terrible suffering is over. And he killed my best friend. I still love him. I still, like, after all these years, 20 years ago, he died. I remember all the good parts, definitely. But it's terribly sad what he took from the world. Terribly sad that he felt it necessary to take himself from the world. I hope you don't. I hope I don't. Let's keep living.